Have you ever noticed that the same type of disappointment keeps showing up in different forms? Different job, same frustration. Different relationship, same hurt. Different church, same offense. Different season, same discouragement. After a while, you start asking yourself, why does this keep happening to me? Why does this keep getting under my skin? Why does this keep hurting so much? Maybe the issue isn't the people. Maybe the issue isn't the season. Maybe God is trying to show you something deeper. Because sometimes we keep getting hurt in the same place because we keep looking in the same wrong direction. And today, I want to show you why those same wounds keep reopening and how God heals them at the root. Many people are carrying disappointment they never expected to be carrying. Life unfolded differently than you imagined. People didn't support you the way you hoped. Family didn't understand you. Friends drifted away. Opportunities didn't open. The answer you were waiting for never seemed to arrive. Over time, disappointment becomes heavy. You begin showing up every day while carrying expectations that keep ending in frustration. You expect people to appreciate you. You expect people to recognize your value. You expect people to stay. You expect life to become easier after all you've been through. And every time those expectations go unmet, the hurt returns. The pain feels familiar because the source remains the same. It feels like you're reliving the same heartbreak in different clothing. Psalms chapter 62, verses 5 and 6 says, "My soul waits silently for God alone, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved." David understood something many of us spend years learning. He learned where to place his expectations. He learned where his stability came from. He learned where his hope belonged. And that truth became an anchor for his soul. David learned to shift his expectations from people to God, the very shift many of us resist. A hard lesson in a believer's life is learning that people make poor saviors. People change. People leave. People misunderstand. People fail. People forget. People disappoint. Many of our deepest hurts grow from expectations that were attached to people instead of God. We expect people to make us feel secure. We expect people to validate our worth. We expect people to fill places in our heart that only God can fill. And when they don't, the pain can feel overwhelming. The same hurt keeps repeating because the expectation keeps repeating. A different face enters the story. The same expectation follows. A different opportunity appears. The same expectation follows. A different season begins. The same expectation follows. And let me add this. This isn't about blaming people. It's about freeing your heart from depending on what was never meant to sustain you. God loves us too much to allow our peace to be built on things that can be taken away. He continually draws us back to him, back to his faithfulness, back to his promises, back to his presence, because what comes from God remains steady even when life feels uncertain. And here's the question that changed things for me. What am I asking this situation to give me? Think about that. When this hurts, what am I hoping to receive? Approval? Security? Recognition? Acceptance? Control? Certainty? Comfort? When we identify what we're looking for, we often discover what we've been depending on. For example, if a relationship keeps you hurting, maybe you're asking it to give you identity, something only God can give. And that's where God begins to work, because every one of those needs finds its ultimate answer in Him. The peace you're searching for, the acceptance you're longing for, the security you're craving, the value you're trying to prove. God has already spoken to those things through His Word. If the same things keep hurting you, take some time this week. Ask yourself, what expectation am I carrying into this situation? Write it down. Be honest. Bring it before God. Then open His Word and ask, Lord, what have you already said about this? And let this simple prayer guide you. Lord, show me where my expectations have drifted away from you. Allow His truth to become louder than your disappointment. Allow His promises to become stronger than your frustration. Allow His presence to become your source of stability. The more your expectations become rooted in God, the less power disappointment has over your heart. The same things may have been hurting you for a long time. The same frustrations, the same disappointments, the same emotional battles. But today, God may be inviting you into a different perspective, a perspective that shifts your eyes away from people and place them on God. People will change. Circumstances will change. Seasons will change. But God remains faithful through them all. And when your expectation is anchored in Him, your peace becomes harder to shake. Your hope becomes harder to steal. Your faith becomes stronger. Your heart becomes steadier. Before you move on with your day, ask yourself, where have I been expecting people to do what only God can do? Because the answer you've been searching for may not be found in a different person, a different opportunity, or a different season. It may be found in a deeper trust in God, who has been holding you all along.